Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ulrike. I'm a K beauty and skincare content creator and usually a very enthusiastic lover of skincare. However, today I decided to actually talk about a couple of products that I didn't really like. It's always a little bit scary to do so because someone might be an absolute fan of a product that I don't really got along with that well. So just know that this is very personal opinion, and just because I don't like a product, that doesn't necessarily mean it can't be a good product for someone else. Some of these products, especially two of them, I'm looking at them at the moment, I think are actually super popular. And I was kind of baffled why I didn't like them, and I really wanted to like them. So saying that the products are bad or giving my reasons for not liking them doesn't disqualify them as potentially good products for you. Having made this very careful disclaimer, let's get into a couple of K-beauty products that just really did not work for me. First up is a tone-up cream, not a donut cream, tone-up cream that I'm not even sure if this is still available, but I'm thinking it has to be because when I tried this in 2021, it was super popular. So I doubt this has changed. And it is the Peripera Milk Blur Rosy Tone-Up Cream. The packaging, for some reason, already looks kind of not great anymore. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I got this pretty much because it was so popular and was seen as one of the best affordable tone-up creams that you can get. And I did only pay, I think, like $8 for this. So it is really affordable, but it really didn't work for me. I don't mind tone-up creams being very lightening or brightening because, as you can tell, I'm pretty pale. So the tone itself, the rosy tone, did work fine. So that wasn't the problem. But the texture is really unpleasant. It is very sticky and it just doesn't really apply well. You have to kind of really work this into the skin and kind of have to, it feels just like a very sticky paste. I have heard that this is common with certain tone-up creams, but I've tried so many good tone-up sunscreens lately, and especially last year and this year, that I just don't really see a reason for this one. It doesn't really do anything better that a tone-up sunscreen doesn't also do, as in it evens out your skin texture, it evens out your skin tone, and just gives you an overall brightening, sort of shimmery look. It does do that, but it just feels and looks very uneven. And again, it just has this really unpleasant, sticky paste-like texture. So for me, this did not work. I'll be honest, once I've done this video, I'll probably just chuck it out because I don't really see anyone else wanting this either. So yeah, this one truly was a flop to me. Okay, this next one might be controversial. I'm not sure. The reason why I think it might be controversial is because it's so popular, both in Korea, and it is also usually very strongly hyped by influencers as a sort of affordable, really high quality hyaluronic acid product. And it is this banger, this 100 ml, I think, banger. I don't know when I will ever finish it because I don't really like it that much. And it is the WELLAGE Real Hyaluronic Blue Ampoule 100. This is probably one of the most popular hydrating serums in Korea, constantly in the top spot at Olive Young. Super bestseller and has been for a couple of years now. That's why I bought it, because I thought, it's so popular, then it must be really, really good. Now, having said that, I also want to stress that I didn't I was aware that it was just a hydrating serum. So it's not like I expected it to do anything miraculous. I feel that sometimes with these types of cult products, people expect too much and then they get disappointed based on their assumptions versus what the product actually is. I've heard this so much with things like a hydrating serum or a simple moisturizer, whatever, the Geek and Gorgeous moisturizer. It is just a moisturizer. It's supposed to moisturize your skin. And then when someone says, oh, it didn't do much, it just moisturized my skin, I'm thinking, well, that's literally what it's supposed to do. So what I expected this to do is just hydrate and be a really high quality, well absorbed, plumping, nice hydrating hyaluronic acid serum. But to be honest, it's just not really that hydrating. It just is kind of very watery and feels almost like slightly more hydrating than water, I want to say. It just really left me and my skin wanting. I felt it just, even as just a hyaluronic acid serum, it just didn't provide me with enough hydration to make me understand why everyone loves it so much. It is very watery, which is fine and sometimes actually preferable to something very sticky. But if you want something that sort of hydrates fine or even well and has a nice non-sticky texture, I would actually prefer and recommend the Torridon Dive-In Serum, which I don't even like that much either. But I would say the Dive-In Serum is better than this one because if the Torridon Serum is not as watered down, the Torridon Serum does provide nice general hydration. And it is absorbed better by my skin than this one. This one still feels sticky, even though it feels also so watered down. So it kind of doesn't really do anything really impressive to me. And for that, I do still find it quite pricey. It is 100 ml, so if you can snatch this up in a sale, it usually is still a good deal. But just given that the quality to me isn't there, yeah, I just don't really find it that impressive. And I think there's just too much competition from other hydrating serum, basic hydrating serums from Korea, but also something like The Ordinary, that I don't really see why there's so much hype about this. I think it's just because WELLAGE is so well known for their hyaluronic acid products that people probably consider it very trustworthy and high quality. But yeah, for me, honestly, bit of a disappointment. And I don't quite know, I just never reached for this, to be honest, because there's so many other serums in my rotation at the moment that are just much, much better. Okay, so let's continue with the controversial opinions. This might be my most controversial. Again, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what you guys say about these products. But another product that I just don't understand. I truly do not understand this product. And I've tried. Guys, I've tried. But it is the world famous, very, very hyped KAHI Balm, KAHI Stick Balm, which I have in this, I have to say, very fancy refillable version that was part of one of the Olive Young boxes that I got. So it does look like that packaging I'm a super fan of. It's so fancy, and then it's got this, you know, this cute salmon colored stick, which, as you can tell, I have actually used quite a lot because I did really want to like this, but I just don't really understand what you're supposed to do with this. I think I don't understand the reason It's very, very philosophical, but why is this there? What is its reason for existing? Truly, that's what it boils down to. Because you, it's not supposed to really replace your moisturizer. It's not supposed to replace your eye balm or whatever. It's supposed to be kind of an extra step, an extra moisturizing step, or even I'm just basing this on all the K-dramas that I've watched where people use the stick because KAHI Balm, in case you didn't know, I don't know if you watch K-dramas, but this is advertised in almost every and any K-drama these days. KAHI Balm really just, KAHI sponsors everything. It was even in a Doja Cat video. I remember watching the video and going, wait a minute, was that the KAHI Balm? That was Ariana, what are you doing here? You know, it's just like, it's everywhere. It just appears everywhere. So it's very ubiquitous in pop culture, the KAHI Balm. And the way they use it in K-dramas is always kind of on the go. In The King, Eternal Monarch, they're sitting in a car, her and the policeman, her colleague, and they staking out a house or whatever. They're watching someone. And she just kind of pulls out her KAHI Balm and sort of goes, oh, I just need to I feel my skin is a bit dry, so I'm just going to put this on top of my makeup. And that's kind of, I think, what they want this to be, kind of an on-the-go balm product when you feel a little bit dry. But honestly, maybe it's just me, but I don't think I've ever been outside. I don't have dry skin, so maybe this works better for dry skin. But I've never been on the go and kind of felt like, damn, you know what I need right now? I just need a little extra layer of sort of pretty fatty, sticky hydration on top of my makeup. I don't think that has ever come to my mind. I have tried to use this around my eyes, and I have also tried using it. That was kind of the only use I could see for it. I've tried to use it on my unfortunately, very prominent tech neck, or, super wrinkly, bad posture neck, on the neck wrinkles that are super prominent, and I hate them. But I can't say it's done anything for those that it just, I have a moisturizer for that area, and I have an eye cream, so it doesn't really add anything. And if I say, okay, I'm going to use it instead of the moisturizer, instead of the eye balm, for that, I find the usage is too unhygienic for me. I don't really like the idea, especially putting it on top of makeup. I kind of try to always wipe it down, but then you lose product, and it's really quite pricey. It costs like $50, I think. I mean, it'll probably last quite a while, but again, I just don't really see a purpose for it. I think that's just really my problem, considering that it's very expensive. I'd be interested in having maybe other KAHI products, because it contains this fermented red camellia seed oil that I think is a very interesting key ingredient that I would like to see maybe in like a facial oil or something like that. But the whole shtick that they do, it's not for me, and I feel it's very gimmicky, and I really feel it's kind of a typical moment where they create a product and that doesn't really need to be there, and then kind of have to over-create a marketing hype via sponsorship that shows you how you supposedly find uses for it. But it feels very artificial, and pretty much for every use that they point out, I can already think of another product that is already doing this. And again, for that, I find it too pricey. So, I don't know, KAHI Balm, I just do not understand it. I don't understand this product. If I hadn't gotten it as PR, if I had spent the money, I would probably be very annoyed, because it's a lot of money, and for that, I just don't think it's anything unique. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm really curious what other people feel about how other people feel about the KAHI balm. So please engage in the comments and let me know. No offense to anyone who loves it. For me, I just do not understand. Just don't understand. This always feels like a confessional because I realized a lot of the products I'm introducing today are really very popular. And with all of them, I wanted to love them. With this next one, I really wanted to love this. Oh my God, was I hyped to love this. And I've been waiting to try this for so long. It always felt a little bit too expensive. And I finally found it at TJ Maxx, or TK Maxx as it's called here in Germany, for like 20 euros. So that was a really good bargain because usually it's more around 60. And it is this very popular cult product, I want to say. And it is the Cicapair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. This is supposed to color correct any redness on your face. It has this green color, but turns into a sort of salmon beige color when you apply it. It's one of those products where they say, oh, it works for all skins and skin tones, but of course it doesn't. If you're dark skinned, it won't work because it just turns beige. It's not some magical adjust to your skin product. It just goes from from green to beige. So it works for me. So that isn't the problem for me personally. However, I just don't think it applies very well at all. I had real trouble getting this into my skin. I sort of feel it's very streaky, especially applied over sunscreen, which I don't know, you kind of have to because it doesn't have SPF at all. So of course you need an SPF underneath. And over sunscreen, it gets extremely streaky and looks very sort of cakey, no matter how much I try to rub. In fact, rubbing it in more just made it worse for me. So yeah, I think that's just kind of my main problem with it. I don't really think it made my skin look very nice. It just kind of looked streaky and cakey, and it does even out my skin fine, but not really to the point where I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. Certainly it helps with the redness because it's tinted, but it also doesn't have any sort of magical extra redness calming powers. So yeah, I just don't think it does anything specifically for my redness, which is my main problem, my main skin problem really. I'm constantly red. And it's annoying, but nothing that a good foundation can't also handle. Because the green goes away once you apply it. It turns beige. So like it doesn't really color correct. It's kind of weird marketing around it. I don't know. It contains Cica, which is calming, but there's so many other Cica products that I'm already using. So that also doesn't really add anything. I think I mostly wanted it as a really nice sort of everyday skin tint when I don't really want to wear full foundation. But for that, again, it doesn't really do a good job, I find. And also, it stings my eyes. I don't know what is in there, if they just have really strong creeping sort of oils, because I have the same problem with certain sunscreens, especially European ones, when they're very oily. I have to be careful to not get them too close to my eyes because they kind of creep into the eyes invisibly and then really make them super irritated. And this does the same thing even when I try to leave out the eye area. After an hour or so of using this, I almost have like a film in front of my eyes from the product and kind of just keep blinking, and they get very red, very sort of teary. And it's just a bit of a mess. Me and this product, this did not work out well. And it is a shame because I really wanted to like this and I was looking forward so much to using it. And then lastly, I could not leave this out, even though I have already ranted about this product in previous videos, because it was just, such a disappointment. But another product that really is not working for me is this one. And it is the newly reformulated Etude Drawing Eyes Coloring Browcara. I love the previous version of this. It was my ride or die brow product. I find it really hard to find good products for my brows because my brows have been messed up thanks to having been a teenager in the 90s when we all plucked our eyebrows. And now, as you can probably tell, they're just very sparse and just don't look good. So it's quite hard to find a good product for me that helps make them look at least like semi-presentable. And the previous Etude House mascara, Browcara, really did that. This one, however, total dud. First of all, the colors. I got 2 colors because when they changed the mascara, Browcara, I kind of felt, oh, maybe they've changed the colors as well. So I'm going to get 2 different ones. So I got natural brown, and I think this one is dark brown. I don't remember. Choco brown and natural brown. These ones look identical. They're pretty much the same color, and both of them way too orange. And I mean heavily orange, and not red or anything, but orange, especially once this is applied. And again, they're kind of identical colors. I look like a clown. I do not understand who this is for and why they did it the way they did. And then the mascara wand is really terrible as well. It's kind of short and very small and very flimsy. So yeah, it just doesn't perform anymore the way it used to. And it broke my heart because the previous one was perfect. I have found replacements. I've talked about this before in my empties video where I talked about the old Browcara that I liked so much. I now usually use the Hints one or the, I always forget what the brand is called. It's a Japanese brand. It's called Heavy Rotation Brow Mascara, something like that. It's the one I'm using today. Those 2 work so well that, yeah, I'm just going to chuck these 2, I think, or maybe, hopefully, maybe find someone who can still use it because I don't like to just throw out products. But these ones I'm not going to use and certainly not going to repurchase because they just really are terrible. So those were my, I guess, beauty confessions. Skincare products, K-beauty products that just did not work for me, unfortunately. And I don't know how you feel about those. Maybe you love them, or maybe you feel finally understood. Someone shares your opinions. Please feel free to, of course, respectfully leave comments. Let me know what you think, because I also always like to be convinced by, like, something like the KAHI Balm. It's not that I don't want to like it. Something like the Dr. Jart, I really wanted to like it. So, you know, let me know if maybe I'm overlooked something. Who knows? And otherwise, if you haven't subscribed yet, it would be fantastic if you would become a new subscriber. I'd be so happy. And also maybe leave a like if you enjoyed this little rant. It felt very freeing, I have to say. It was nice to talk about products that I don't like. Which doesn't happen that often, to be honest. So yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like if you feel like it. I will be back again next week, and until then, take care. Bye.